The following game has no ESRB rating posted on their Steam page, nor is there a listing as to what restrictive content may be seen in the game. However, if you look at one of their cinematics on their Steam page, you see the logo for the ESRB, and it appears to have a E10 plus rating from the ESRB. That means that the content in the game is only appropriate for anyone aged 10 and up. So therefore, if you are under the age of 10, you should not be watching this video. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations. I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today are, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we will be playing Slime Rancher. It's a game that I've played before. Got to a point where I couldn't figure out how to proceed, stopped, and then just moved on. The premise of the game is to basically ranch slimes. So you're on this futuristic world. This is your character right here. And all the little bouncy globby things that you see are your basic farm animals. I don't want to call it Harvest Moon in space, but Harvest Moon in space. Okay then. Where was I? Yeah, you're still not getting those. Because as the piggy bank says, we don't have the budget for that. Plus you're a plushie, you don't eat food anyway. That's what I work with every day. Fine, every other day. Anyway, I digress. So, and you'll see how the game goes. So we basically have new game, save icon, just setting up the save game. Let's go with the chirp. So I have it set to adventure mode. I guess that's what passes for story mode in this game. Chose my save icon. And before I hit confirm, I should point out, or Wolf should point out, that it was made by Thank you again. And, well, that being said, let us begin. 1,000 light years away from Earth, on a planet known as the Far, Far Range, Beatrix Labo began her first day as a slime rancher. Apparently people in this universe have issues naming planets. Alright, so basic tutorial, forward, left, right, backward. Spacebar jump and hold shift to sprint. How to vac like a rancher. Vac pack, the thing you see in the game. Your vac pack can vac things up and store them in a vac tank. Hold right mouse button to vac. That's a pink slime. The most basic of slime. Evac the slime. Slimes are key to success. Shoot slimes through the corral barrier into the corral ranch. Mouse wrist left vac tank, left mouse button to shoot. Where is... oh, there's the corral. So, slimes are kept in these little pens called corrals. They're almost indestructible. And usually happy. So, the core loop of the game is to basically vacuum up these slimes to collect these thingies. These trapezoidal diamond thingies called plorts. So a plort is basically slime poop. So whenever a slime eats something, like say this chicken, there, it poops out a plort, which you then suck up. Yeah, when slimes eat, they make plorts. Head over to the plort market to cash in your plort. Is this the plort market? I guess so. So you take the plorts that the slimes produce, you bring them over to this machine, and basically fire them in... or not. Oh, that's the range exchange. Wrong thing. I really should follow the stars. Thanks for pointing that out. Anyway, so this is the plort market. Plort market. Food like tasty food acquired. Food like fruits, veggies, or chickens. Some are used to feed slimes. Try shooting food at a pink slime, they'll eat anything. So yeah, that's just basically explain how to feed them. But you fire the plorts into this thing, and you get money based off of the plort that you've acquired. And the rarer the rarer the plort, the more money it is. So we have access to 4 different plorts right now. Standard pink plorts are, you only get 11 coins per plort. For the light plorts you get 17, for the tabby plorts you get 19, and for the rock plorts you get 22. And these prices change daily based off of how many plorts you've sold already, and I guess various other background factors. So golden plorts get you 243 points. And then you can use the coin that you get to upgrade various things. So you can also access new areas of the farm, of the ranch. So like for instance, this is the ranch expansion, the overgrowth. Ranch's very own wild side. It costs 1,795 coin in order to unlock. We won't be getting to that probably anytime soon. This is the cave, yeah, the grotto, which is basically another area that you can go to. And there's also various other things that you can unlock as the game progresses, but for right now, it's just basically gather slimes and feed them stuff. Oh look, carrots. A carrot next to the backpack, it's the rancher's best friend. So you drop off the carrots. So the plort market, which is the thing we looked at before, gives you new bucks for your hard-earned plorts. Shoot a plort into the plort market and earn some cash. Tutorial really should be tied to what you're doing. So that's what, 22 more? And I got one more carrot. Oh, that actually arced over the corral. That covers the basics. In addition to the ranch, there's also various areas that you can go around and explore. So the first thing right off the bat is known as the Dry Reef, which is a coral-crusted ocean floor that now basks under a golden sun. And you can just basically poach the wildlife for your farm, for your ranch. Each vac canister, basically 1 through 4 are your places where you can store things. You can store up to 4 different unique items at a time, and each one, well, pogo food, the most common food found in the range, and some say the most delicious. So as I was saying, each one has a limited amount of stuff that you can keep in it. So like for right now, I got 14 pink slimes, and it's about 3/4 full. In addition to this, in addition to the slime, the ports that you get from the slimes on your ranch, you can also just pick up random ports flying around. There's also a slime-like ocean that, well, you can't cross into. Fire things into it, and I'm told that the slimes are perfectly fine.
Of course, that could just be PR.
We. Go. And now I got a whole bunch of slimes. Let them eat all of that. So in addition to the one corral, there is also various plots on your ranch that you can build stuff on. So you can basically get more corrals, build gardens that allow you to grow crops like carrots and the pork fruit. So that way you don't have to go out looking for food for the slimes. And then we have the coop, which is basically a garden but for the chickens, a silo to store your plorts, an incinerator to burn things, and a pond, which allows you to store water. And that's just the basics. I believe you'll unlock more things as the game progresses. And night is falling. So we go into the house. That's us, Beatrix Labo, I believe it said, and Starmail's basically your corporate run email. So we have Rise and Shine from Casey. Hi B, what's it like to sleep for a whole year? Did you dream? I can't imagine what that's like. 7Z put you in a pod and then lights out for all that time. Wow. What's the far range like? Have you started exploring? Is the air as clear as they say? I bet it's really beautiful. I'm probably asking too many questions. I bet you have a lot of work to do on that ranch. I still can't believe it's yours now. I guess I better leave you to it and just keep it short. Good luck, B. If anyone can make it out there, it's you, Casey. And then welcome to the far range from the 7Z Corporation. Miss LaBelle. The 7Z Corporation would like to welcome you to the far range. Welcome. And extend our support in your bold new adventure as a slime rancher. Support extended. We would also like to request that you exercise caution your first few days on the range until you get more familiar with surroundings. Traveling at night is not advisable.
Because things go bump in the night. Yes, because they can't see what they're walking into is one of the reasons why things go bump in the night. But it's not the only reason.
Lastly, should you require any additional tools for your backpack or items to make your slime ranching experience easier, the 7Z Corporation would be pleased to provide them to you from the shop located just outside your ranch house.
For a small fee.
The 7Z Corporation, providing the tools you need to get the job done for us for a small fee.
Like I said, very boomtown coal miner rush type scenario. The 7Z Corporation. What's that mean? Basically in history, back before the invention of nuclear power and the start of the Industrial Revolution, I believe, there were corporations that went out to mine coal. They would set up a town for their miners to live in because the coal veins were in the back end of nowhere, and they would basically own everything. So the miners would go get the coal, would be paid a small stipend, wage for their trouble, and then they would spend that wage on the corporate-owned stores and various other corporate-run amenities. So basically they got paid in stuff. Which does happen until I believe the US government said no. After a while. Because the government takes a while to do things. Because it's designed that way. That's how it's supposed to work. So that way you don't get despotic regimes that claim that they're making everything for the better quickly and then end up stealing all your freedoms. Just for the fun of it. But I digress.
Alright, so... yeah, I don't have DLC. Do I have DLC? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played this game. So I can return to the ranch, which is nighttime. Well, sun's setting anyway. I should probably collect the ports before the market tanks and pink ports. Alright, so I guess you can't have multiple things on different tanks. Are all the ports? Okay. Okay, so this is the upgrade station. So we can get a water tank, which is a special vac tank that allows you to store fresh water. Jetpack to keep your head in the clouds with an amazing personal jetpack. A heart module, which syncs to your body's own vitals. Processed to enhance life system, boosting health to 150.
Apparently, it's also sparkly, which makes it shiny.
Power core, which augments your backpack with an almost certainly safe microfusion generator that boosts energy to 150, and a tank booster, which improves nano storage cell technology. There's your vac tanks to hold 30 units of whatever your vac can pick up. So it basically increases storage capacity. I shall go with the water tank, because that's probably the most useful. Make a splash, a blast of fresh water can calm down any slime for a short while, or dissolve those terrible tar slimes.
The stuff that goes bump in the night.
Watered gardens crops grow faster. That last part I did not know. Don't think I have a source of fresh water on the basic ranch. Do I? Here's the third expansion. This is the lab. Allows you to build a career as an amateur unlicensed slime scientist, which allows you to build and research various things. But I doubt we're going to get that far that quickly. So, now that it's night, certain things change. One thing is the inclusion of the phosphorus slimes, which is softly glowing heralds of starlight. They only come out at night because daylight causes them to die. Oh, and this thing right here is a Largo. Yeah, oh my god, oh my Largo. Largo slimes are large slime hybrids formed when slime eats the port unlike its own. Vac to keep them on your nozzle or shoot them to send them flying. They are actually too big to fit in the vac pack, so you can't actually vacuum them up. So basically, if a slime, as I said before, slimes eat food and they poop. The poop, which are the ports, can be vacuumed up for money. However, slimes will eat practically anything, including the ports of other kinds of slimes. And when a slime eats a different kind of port, it becomes a Largo, which is what that just said. And a Largo is basically a hybrid slime. A slime that is a combination of the two slimes that, the slime that it was originally and the port that it ate. So when it eats something, it produces a port of both kinds of slime. So that pink phosphorus Largo, rather than just producing one pink port, produces a pink port and a phosphor port, because it started as a phosphorus slime and I fed it a pink port. You can feed a Largo a third kind of port, but that's not recommended because bad things happen.
What kind of bad things? They become tars.
Which is, I don't want to call it a genetic anomaly, but basically it's an evil slime that eats ranchers. And as far as I can tell, you're the only You're the only rancher in the area, so when a tar finds you, you're basically the only thing on the menu. Hey Beatrix, hello Beatrix. Name's Hubson Twilligers, rancher, explorer, and former owner of this here ranch you now call your own. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I was a rancher for more years than I can remember and felt there was one last adventure left to me, so I set off to find just that. But before I go, I'm taking one last tour around this here land I love. So keep your peepers peeled for notes like these. You want to hear what an old coot has to say every now and again. Be talking to you, H.
So basically, he's the guy who originally owned your ranch. I'm guessing he managed to escape and use these things to hide from the corporation so that way they don't track him down, because he's on an adventure and will return shortly. Yes, there's a lot of air quotes so far. I know that.
So I sold 1 phosphor plort, so I get 17 coin for that one, and still 11 because the prices haven't changed, because it's still technically the same day. And now it's day 2. As you can see, the loading market prices have changed. So since we sold quite a few pink plorts yesterday, the prices dropped from 11 plorts to 8. Whereas since we didn't sell that many phosphor plorts, that price jumped from 17 to 20. And since we didn't sell any rock or tabby plorts, the rock plorts actually increased in price from I think 22 to 24, and tabby plorts didn't change. And golden plorts also increased. Oh, this is a Slimepedia. It's just the encyclopedia explaining it. Can't remember what that thing was. So, since I don't feel like waiting out the night, sleep until morning. A little slime play. So, I guess now that I've gotten the basics down, I should organize things. I probably shouldn't have more than 20 slimes in a corral. I mean, I can have as many slimes as they'll fit without them falling off the top. Really? Only 22? Of course, the rest probably escaped. I could have sworn I had more than 22 slimes in there. The rest probably escaped. So since I don't want to have more than 20 pink slime in that one corral, we'll just... those are the plorts. My money. We'll just ditch 2 of them and dump the rest back in the corral.
They're fine. And you can't prove otherwise.
Now what we could do is sell the 16 plorts for 8 coin apiece, or what another option would be to build the silo where I can store the plorts for when the prices increase. So let's see if I can build the silo. Well, I cannot actually build the silo. I don't have enough money. Got a garden. I can, however, build a garden. Or a coop. One of the two. I think I get more carrots. I built a garden. If I can find a fruit or a vegetable, I can shoot it into this thing and then it'll start growing. Then I'll basically get free food for these guys. Just selling that for inventory space. Alright, so you build a garden, shoot a fruit or vegetable into the depositor to begin growing more of that type. Basically what I just said. Of course, we have to find the things first. Chicken. Should have built a coop first. Oh well. Just head over this way. Slide down an entire cliff. So in addition to the slimes and the largos, there's also these massive slimes called Gordos? Yeah, Gordos. They're basically gatekeepers to a certain extent. They block your way until you get to a certain point in the game, where you can then, once you unlock them by feeding them food until they explode, picked up an ornament. I digress. So basically feed them things that will explode, and then whatever they're blocking, you gain access. And here we have a rock slime. And a tabby slime. Where'd that tabby go? Ah, they now have a map. That's kind of cool. Get acquired, press M to access the map. I'm assuming the ranch is right here, so what we want to do is go this way. Assuming I don't get the snot kicked out of me. Alright, so now that there's shot of pogo fruit in here, it'll start growing pogo fruit. We'll eventually run out, and then the tree that you see will disappear, but I can just shoot another pogo fruit in there and grow more. Can I build another corral? No, I cannot. Oh, I get new star mail. I get new star mail from a Thora West. Check the ornament right there. Let's go see what this. Welcome to the Range Exchange, Thora West. Hi there, Beatrix. The name's Thora West. Keep my introduction short on account that we all got work to do. Longtime rancher here on Far Range and head of the welcome wagon for your local Range Exchange. The Range Exchange is a network of ranchers just like yourself, who are looking to trade what they got for what they need. Slime, sports, food, whatever. All you do is check the Range Exchange machine daily and be sure to get your trade completed within 24 hours. The more ranchers get added to your network, you should receive a hearty hello from them, so check your inbox. Well, enough drawing, we both got slimes to wrangle. Adios, Beatrix. Thor. So that basically explains this thing over here. So this is Thora West. Help me out here and I'll make sure you get what's owed. So it allows you to basically complete a variety of tasks for the other people who live in the range. So Thora here wants 1 tabby plort, 4 pink plorts, and 7 tabby slimes. If I can complete that in 24 hours game time, I can get 10, I think that's actually heartbeats. 10 heartbeats, 5 phosphor plorts, and 500 coin. So I may just do that. Do I need... I probably got that. Alright, so I just need, well, technically 5 more tabby slimes and 1 of their plorts. So back to where we were. Wrong area. Free money though. Back the way I came. I get turned around easily. Oh, so when slimes and largos and like get hungry, this is what they look like. So they will actively search out food, and unlike slimes, when they get really hungry, largos will actually get angry and start attacking you. Oh, so here's a water spring. This is where we can top off on water. This entire cave system was sealed off from a cave-in when I first discovered it. Maybe that's why the fellows up ahead are so grumpy. Haven't had a bite in a long time. In any case, don't get that long-awaited bite come from your own rump. Bring some food to calm them down. This is a cave area where every location has a different kinds of slimes. So as I said, when they get angry, when they haven't eaten anything in a while, they get angry. This is them angry. So we're not going to go that way because I do not have any food. Plus, I'm not looking for rock slimes, I'm looking for tabby slimes. Got a plort. Now I just need 7 tabby slimes.
Well, technically I have 2, so yes, I would only need 5 more tabby slimes. Well, 5 for the order, and then I want to keep 2.
Three. That's a chicken. 4. Have a flashlight. I had a great big tree like this here, one on the edge of my property back on Earth. It had been there before anyone could remember, so I had all kinds of change around it. Then one day I began to notice it was dying. It wasn't anything unnatural, it was just its time, I suppose. Then I realized that if I didn't do something, I ended up like that tree. I'd spent my whole life in the same place. I wasn't going to let that happen, so I bought a ticket for the far, far range the very next day. H. So, comment on his life. I guess that is a big tree. It's 5. Death comes this way. And her name is Beatrix. This is basically another area. And much like the Gordos, a lot of the new areas are locked off by keys, so it requires a slime key to open. Some of the Gordos, if you manage to kill them, will give you one of those keys. And once you get the key, you can unlock the new area. And this just ends. Okay. And no, you cannot swim in that water. In case anybody was asking. I don't think that's actually water, I think that's just non-sentient slime. There's a lot of that going around on this planet. And night falls. A bunch of angry larvos. Oh look, a cat gordo. The water helps fight off the angry largos. Now I was hoping for some extra tabby slimes, but I got what I need for the order, so just head back and drop it off. It did come this way, right? Go with maybe. Kind of sorta-ish, but probably not. Yeah, I did. Okay. That's the cave system that they were talking about. I could also get some phosphorus slimes, but as I said before, they die in the sunlight, and unless you have them kept in one of the pens in the cave system, or a net upgrade for the corral that you keep them in, as soon as it becomes daylight, they die. Don't have any spare food at this time. Alright, so I'm gonna need tabby. Oh, I did need 7 tabby slimes. Oopsies. Thought I needed 5 total. Let's see if any more spawn. Something tells me that's most likely going to be a no. I mean, I got pink tabby largos, so there was at least 1 tabby slime here. I may have already sold that, though. There's another Gordo. This is a tabby variant. And I believe I said before that certain slimes eat only certain things. The pink slimes will eat pretty much anything that is considered food. Tabby slimes, by the contrast, only eat meat. And by meat, I mean chickens. So if I wanted to keep tabby slimes, I'm going to need to keep chickens as well, whereas the rock slimes, I believe, eat vegetables. Yeah, vegetables. So the carrots and the like. So if I was growing carrots, I could keep them and use them to feed the rock slimes. Come on with me. As are you. And then, of course, largos will eat whatever they are a hybrid of. So, tabby rock largo would eat both meat and vegetables. I'm gonna clean up the area, see if more tabby slimes spawn. By clean out, I mean vacuum up all the pink slimes and then shoot them into the ocean. Because the lore says that they will be fine.
I don't much care either way.
Should not have jumped down there. Should be cleaning up the slimes from this area. So that way, see if more generate. Hopefully some of them will be tabbies. Oh, here we are. Didn't need that rock slime now. Well, that's some questionably suspenseful music. I cannot talk anymore. Alright, so I got all that I needed. Should have cleaned out the ranch first. They got out. Okay. New corral. And also you can buy upgrades for the corral so you can get higher walls so that way they don't climb out as easily. Music box, which plays soothing tunes that greatly reduces slime agitation. An air net, which is a force barrier that covers the top of the corral, can take a few hits before needing to recharge. So they still manage to pile on top of each other to climb out. They'll hit a net and it'll take them a few tries to get out, but they still can. The solar shield, so unless you put them in the grotto that you saw earlier, or that I showed off earlier, at least the entrance to it I showed off earlier. In order to keep phosphorus slimes during the day, you're going to need this solar shield, which encases the corral in a dim shade, protecting slimes sensitive to light. And we also have a port collector, which vacuums up the ports automatically. An auto feeder, which will drop food in the corral at regular intervals, so long as it keeps it stocked. And I can demolish the plot, which basically turns it follow. So we're going to put high walls in this one. I don't think I can get high walls here, can I? No, not anymore. I can do one or the other. And the 1 tabby and 4 rock slimes that I got, I will put in here. And dump off some carrots. So that'll produce some rock quartz. Hopefully the tab will eat one. Hopefully the tab will eat one. Or not. There we go. And now I have a rock tabby. So what I can then do is dump off more carrots. Let one of the rock slimes eat the tabby plort, and then I can get another one, and eventually they'll all become rock tabby largos, which basically allows me to keep 5 slimes. I was gonna say, there's only 4 in there. Which allows me to keep 5 slimes of multiple types. Get back here. My heart beats. Here, ate all pork. I would like to point out, they used to all be in here. Stay. Don't make me get my beanstick. And it's already daylight out. So I expect the phosphor pink slimes to die. Oh, the price of the rock quartz went up. Goody. And now I have enough cash to increase the walls of this one. So hopefully they won't get out this time. How many are in? 15, so 5 escaped. Guessing you were one. You were another. Keeping those heartbeats. As I unleash them in a now empty corral. Alright, so I'm gonna need 5 more pink slimes. 4 more pink slimes.
They hunger. They hunger quite a bit.
Gonna need more carrots, aren't I? Set up a coop as well, so that way I can start keeping chickens. I should plant the heartbeats, because I believe they're hard to find. And every slime has their favorite food, and I can't remember which one the heartbeats are for. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Just poach more wildlife. Oh look, a fog fruit. It was a chicken. I get a new upgrade. Damn. Ate the chicken before I could grab it. Oh well. And we should now be back at 20. So, unlike fruit and vegetables, which just grow naturally, chickens require the standard biological processes. So, in order to get more chickens, you need a hen and a rooster, which is what I have here. So, I should start getting chicks eventually, and then more chickens. And so the coop has high walls, which great for keeping chickens in and hungry slimes out. Spring grass, which attracts scuttlebugs that chickens love to eat. With the bellies full, hens produce eggs twice as fast. And Vitamizer, which is the very latest in advanced poultry tech. The Vitamizer bathes the chickens in Vita rays, allowing them to grow into healthy hens and roost grows twice as fast. And again, demolish plot. Whereas for a garden, I have nutrient soil. The upgrades are nutrient soil, which contains compost from the moss blanket, which is another area I can explore eventually, and minerals from the indigo quarry, which again is another area. Makes crops always yield the maximum harvest. A sprinkler, which ensures that your crops are always watered, making them grow twice as fast. A scare slime, which is a stuffed tar model designed to keep wandering slimes away from crops. Simple but terrifying. And then I can remove the existing crops, basically get rid of what's growing there, or demolish the plot completely. I don't know how much water I need. Still need food for them. I don't want to give up the heartbeats. I'm guessing they literally eat everything already. One advantage to having a diet of anything is that you'll eat anything. Bad news is that when you're looking for food, and well, they'll eat everything. Ah, more star mill from Victor Humphreys. Thought I heard chickens. Did hear chickens. A carrot. Don't need the tabby slime. Nope. That's not the way. Where am I going? Where am I? So down this way and back around. This way. Alright, so another chicken for the corral. Coin. Keep accidentally turning on the flashlight. Alright, so the Star Mail. Salutations, Miss Labo. Victor Humphreys. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Victor Humphreys, professional slime rancher, slime scientist, and amateur musician. My understanding is that Miss West has already informed you of how the range exchange works, so I'll spare you any further education. Instead, I'll illuminate you on what you can expect from my own request. As a slime scientist slash rancer, I cannot read what's there. I have a tremendous interest in liquiform legion that we share this vast range with, the slimes. My studies often keep me from venturing out on the range daily, and when I find myself short on a particular species, I use the range exchange to fill the gap. Don't worry though, I will reimburse you handsomely for your efforts. Good luck on your new venture, Miss Labo. Look forward to seeing life breathed once again into the former Twilliger's ranch. Sincerely, Victor Humphreys. P.S. I once lost my favorite fiddle while fleeing a feral boom slum. Its value is only sentimental, but should you find it, I'd very much love to be able to play it again. Alright, so what's Victor want? Else, please acquire the following for a future study. My thanks. Alright, so I'm going to need 6 pink and 8 tabby slimes. We have 4 cube beats, 4 luminous quartz, 6 pog fruit, and 500 coin. Alright, let's go try that out. It is what? Wait. Come on. Get in the vat. Oh, goody. Hog food. Alright, so that's technically 8. Alright, so where are the tabbies? I need 8 of them. Tabbies are not in this region. I don't actually have the space for the hens. There's one. Pick up some water while I'm here. There. I'm going to need 7 more tabby slimes. Excuse me. Go there. Here we are. It's 2. Three. Sharps. Let's clean out the area, see if more spawn. Off the tree. More chickens. And I don't think any more spawned. I'm gonna get new star mail. It's a rock. I'm actually not seeing any more tabby slimes. Okay then. Now you guys eat up. And now you're all Largos. Okay, cool. Just sell these real quick. And then I can get a new farm. Oh, garden. Just wanted to dump these heartbeats in there. Really? I get 21 slimes in there. No, I'm not entirely certain I actually want to know. Alright, so, sorry mom, my pet cactus, Casey. Hey B. Hey, hi B. Bought a cactus from you, sort of. When I came back home, Hi B, I bought a cactus from you, sort of. When I came back home, it was one of the only things left in your shop. It was a lonely little guy, so I decided to adopt it. No, I'll kill every plant I touch, but I promise you this one will last. I mean, can't keep a cactus alive, then clearly something is really wrong. When I look at it, I think of you out there on the range doing your thing. Hope you're okay, Casey. Alright, so let's sleep until morning. And I got just under 6 minutes to complete the order of getting 5 more tabby slimes. So let's quickly see if we can run out and get them. Take the chickens. Chickadoos, so little and soft you think they're filled with marshmallow. They're the baby chickens. One, two, three, 4, stonehead. There's multiple different kinds of chickens. This is just drop off the chickadoos. A stony hen has a rock solid conviction in chicken stuff. So it's basically a different type of chicken. Don't know what happened to the other 2 chickadoos. I guess they got eaten. Got 4 tabbies. You. Tells me I'm going to be short 1 tabby slime. You upgrade Pulse Wave. Adds a Pulse Wave emitter feature to your backpack to purchase away slimes whenever you need some personal space. Let's see if more spawned over here. One did. Alright, so let's see if we can get back in time. I don't think so. Nope, actually we got just under 2 minutes left. There we go. And they're hungry. Well, I guess it's a good thing I brought chickens. Son of a... got some chicken juice. We won't get in there and eat the rooster. Oh well. Wait, I got some cleanup work I gotta do.
On that note, I'm going to call it a day. So everyone stay safe from the plague and have a good day.